We've got lots of streamers on already. They're all here for the hour-long wait. I don't know what to do for the hour. Do I do another game? Do I just watch the countdown? Do they... So we just know that they're going to be fighting Firebrand. That's pretty much all we know. It's like a little raid. Little stream on raiding, some raid mechanics. Which is good because we haven't really seen much PvE content. Right? So... Definitely looking forward to some PvE stuff. A lot of people's complaints... Here, I could probably turn this down a little bit. A lot of people's complaints were not seeing a lot of PvE content where PvP... It feels like a PvP game with PvE thrown into it. So... Hopefully this alleviates a lot of people's concerns for PvE. Also, I spent 3 hours on the 2-minute video of the node simulation. Damn. That's a long time. Although, me and Jamie can't really say anything because we both make 7-minute videos last 3 hours. Yeah, how much will actually stretch out live gameplay? Yeah, that'll be... Once we're actually able to be in-game and show live gameplay, I won't need to stretch out any videos. I can just play the game. That'll be the great part. It's okay, you're gonna learn today, Sky. Will there be anything like New World with town/territory control from... Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Spawns around.
You can see the red border and the blue border right here. Those are node territories. So basically, if you get experience in the blue zone, you give XP to the blue node. If you're in the red area, then you give XP to the red zone. And that's basically how that works. So, and then right now what they're doing is they're having a territorial war over this point of interest where whoever wins this war, this zone will expand into this area so that any experience gained in here will go to that node. So basically it's like a territory war. So yes, it will be there. It will be better. If your node is like over here in the Kalen Riverlands, I don't feel like you have much of an incentive to go over here except for like economy purposes. And so like I feel like node wars and stuff like that are going to be very localized, and there's not going to be much of a reason to do node wars like all the way across the fucking world, you know what I mean? Especially with how big the world is going to be, 480 square kilometers. Basically, Sky, you played New World, you know how big New World was? That is the size of the Kalen Riverlands. So the Kalen Riverlands is the exact same size as New World. And that's how big the world is. They did clarify during the AMA that Jamie was in that you can be a master or grandmaster in anybody in any node. But yeah, freeholds will have the best processing.
Probably hearing me twice.
I am.
That's better. Maybe.
All right, here we go.
Other ones that we put out. You may be selected. And
so true.
And our last Bard development live stream showed...
We like it when they yap, though. They give us extra information.
And they want to know, love the Bard class. It does really make me curious about the subclass/archetype system. How much will a subclass affect the mechanic of your abilities versus the...
Oh, will they finally answer this? Will they finally answer it?
It's a bit of a spectrum there, right? Because... some of the ideas that we have with regards to augmentation is that they could be kind of very rudimentary mechanics that get adjusted, such as like damage values, cooldowns, mana costs, distance and range, some targeting changes. But they could also be very fundamental changes, which would include visuals and audios and flavor for a particular ability. And we've given some examples in the past about augments. We're not quite at the...
I'm not mad about it.
We're still fleshing out the remainder of the classes being rogue and...
I'm gonna let them cook.
For Alpha 2, we talked about that earlier when we laid out the roadmap for the A2 testing. And once we get into kind of playing around with these augments, we're going to be taking a lot of feedback from the community. But the idea is that some of these augments will radically and fundamentally change an ability, and that could include all of those things listed.
I'm not pissed yet. I'm going to let them cook.
A lot of people are curious about how they can customize their classes for sure. I think
yeah.
Anybody who's
and we even see now, like on the customization front, like people who played. We had a 5-day test that was under NDA over the course of last Friday until Wednesday, where we invited a little over 6,000 Alpha 1 testers into this pre-A2 testing.
6,000, damn.
And a lot of the feedback we've been seeing is that people are really enjoying the level of customization between the weapon skill tree, the archetype skill tree, the itemization that's available. Like, there's a lot of different levers that people get to pull. And especially for a PvX game where you're going up against potentially other players, or in our adaptive world setting.
Oh, it is Citadel of Steelbloom.
The NPC population changes consistently. Like, that customization.
Truck, awesome. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
Because the threat is constantly changing.
And not just in the gameplay, but also in the way that we're.
Your name is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. We're going to try to allow you guys to do a lot of the customization that you want. So.
Absolutely.
No mods here. We're going to try to support as much as we can. I think for us as gamers too, like, that's the stuff we want, and it should be built in and properly supported instead of having to be kind of jank and implemented through some other third party.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Our next thing here is just reminding folks that we did announce that we are launching Alpha 2 October 25th. So we would love for you all to join us.
A few people's hearts stopped when you said August.
Wait a minute.
I was seeing the word August, and then I was like, wait, October 25th is when we are launching Alpha 2. So we'd love for all of our Alpha 2 users to prepare and get ready. We will be emailing you prior to that whenever we have all the information on how to download, how to get access. We'll have some forums and places where you can provide feedback and things. Even though it will not be under NDA, we will be providing you ways that you can communicate with us, and to ensure that, like, we're getting feedback from all places. Whether you are specifically an Alpha 2 user, you can use those places, or if you are kind of publicly watching things, you're also allowed to give us feedback. We'll be taking feedback from all the places. But,
yeah, and I just want to mention as well, with regards to the A2 bundle sales. We had an AMA where we talked a little bit about obviously Alpha 2, the roadmap and everything. And I watched a lot of the feedback from Kira, from Asmongold, from the community, right? We all did here at the studio. We responded to that. I did make a post on Reddit. There was an FAQ that was released.
Within like 24 hours, we were getting in there.
And it's super important to us that we make sure our relationship with our community, with our fans, with the players who are looking forward to Ashes of Creation, understand that what we do is going to be reactive in a way to the feedback that we get from the community. And we got a lot of feedback there, and we did make adjustments. We added some, value proposition to the packs. But more importantly, I think one of the important things to remember is that, while we have
you broke, boy, just say so.
And while we want more,
no, I'm just kidding.
For Alpha 2, there are significant costs that go along with standing up Alpha 2 for.
I understand the reasoning, but I also understand why people who haven't been following the project think it's crazy.
And those costs are things like server costs.
I am saying so.
Live ops, DevOps.
No, I understand why people that haven't been following
as small as
don't understand the price.
Teams, our external QA teams, and the existing the existing Alpha 2 testers. But we have a lot of people in the community who wanted to also participate in the testing that didn't know about Ashes of Creation before then. So if we're going to expand that testing group, we also need to expand all of those services, all of those functions that go about bringing this Alpha 2 to players.
And so that's added something additional.
Yeah,
hell yeah, you do.
Kind of like the preface to it, I think a lot of people are like, well, you said that you're fully funding this yourself. And yes, while we are fully funding it ourselves, I think that there's also an element of support, right? Every bit helps. While I'm sure Steven doesn't want to spend more money on his own. So like the support does help. It is supporting us in a way. And I think like people wanted to hear us say that vocally. And yes, 100% that is the case. All of our early Kickstarter backers, all of our pre-order pack owners, if you are somebody who's buying a Wave pack, or a Wave bundle, you are also being somebody that is supporting our development along the path. And that is going
I saw a lot of commentary out there, and it hurts my heart a little bit to read some of those things, but it's the internet. It comes with the territory. That's cool. It is what it is. But the reality of it is,
it's hard when you care a lot. And I think that's all of us here, and so it's
Rose put $60 million of his own money, and the fucking whole world is just shitting on him.
Super cool, but I understand it, right? It's from a particular perspective.
There's actions we can take, right? And I think that for us, whenever you give us feedback or thoughts or commentary. And there are ways for us to engage.
Imagine spending $60 million of your own money and the entire community just shits on you,
do what you're
calling you a cash grab.
Like, hey, we're doing this.
I'd be a little upset.
X, Y, and Z. In other cases, it will be like, yeah, that was fantastic feedback. Here's how we're going to adjust things and make things better and move forward, right? But we want to make sure that you guys are aware that we will always have open communication. We will always be taking that feedback and adjusting things as we move forward.
100%.
Yeah.
Let's get into...
I think I just have one more thing.
Oh, shit!
One more thing.
The next thing is that we do have a dev discussion up. It is called Storytelling with Archetypes. We would love for you to head on over to there and provide us some feedback. The question that we're looking for is, how would you like to see character archetypes like the Bard be integrated into Ashes of Creation lore and story?
I'm trying to read the chat as well.
Building. So for all of you little lore,
Chat's being friendly. Chat is being okay with everything.
Let us know how you would like us to integrate archetypes into the story paths or into individual story paths that you think would be fun to play through. I've definitely had some amazing quest lines that I've done in other games before that I will never forget. So we'd love to hear what you guys think on that front. And with that, Stephen, we may move forward.
All right. So are we premiering this on YouTube as well?
We will be, yes.
All right, cool. So as always, guys, I'm going to give you...
I'm not going to switch to the YouTube version, even though it's higher video resolution.
However,
I'm just lazy. Sorry.
For those of you who have been watching our updates over the course of the last several months, you are likely going to see the quality and the polish of the game that has continually been progressing over those courses of months. In my opinion, we had a lot of fun, obviously, recording this yesterday with our testers. I think it looks great. I think it plays great, but we do this for your guys' feedback. So what are we looking for in particular when we talk about today's showcase? We're talking about combat, group combat, raid boss fighting. We're talking about point of interest. We're talking about events. These are
actually, maybe I can do this. Hold on, I'm going to check
feedback on. So please, as you're watching this, take into consideration what you're seeing. Provide us that feedback on social media, on our forums, on our Discord, on the YouTube. And if you're going to watch it on YouTube, please stick around on Twitch and provide us the commentary, because our community team does watch the Twitch chat. We do collect the comments that come in and we review that with the team. But otherwise, everything is a work in progress. I hope you guys enjoy the show. It was a
work in progress, not final product.
Asked me question. I was answering him, but my mic was muted in 2 different places, and I was
wondering where you were.
I was
like, what's happening?
You, and
I know.
I was like, oh, he can't hear me. So I wasn't trying to ignore him.
Let's go! You're getting the stank. This is actually pretty good for Twitch resolution.
Joining us today, Jindra.
Game looks good.
Jeremy, our senior world designer. Jeremy, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very good. Very excited. Very excited to see what you guys on the world team have been cooking up.
Hey, thank you.
I know that
you look good.
Obviously, players have been loving kind of seeing the different points of interest through the world. I know our testers have been, and this is quite an impressive area, the Citadel of Steelbloom. And I know it has a lot of history to it in the world lore.
Yeah, the Citadel of the Steelbloom was the home of the Order of the Steelbloom prior to the Exodus and Apocalypse.
Living skill issue.
So
GGWP.
That for the Steelbloom to call home, they were a special unit formed by the Aelin Queen, who she believed in the portents and the omens beforehand. So, Lore Forge, get your notes out.
I was about to say, this sounds like lore.
Ash and Sunny and JB.
Love it.
So,
and I know that we're going to be capping this off at the end here with a little bit of a raid boss showcase as well that Chong and Trad have been working on.
For real.
Trad, more of our design team here. Chong, Trad, how you guys doing?
Good. It was all Chong, by the way.
That armor's glowing too. That's crazy.
Yeah, really glad to be here.
It's got to be fire resistant.
It's probably the first time I appear in the recording.
Yes, welcome. Very excited
back to tank.
Excited for everyone to see kind of
He's playing cleric.
Put into this dragon. I know
they got one tank in the party,
and it is feeling pretty good. I'm excited to have.
They got a ranger, tank, bard, mage, 2 fighters, 2 clerics. That's a pretty good comp.
These raids are all about. Also joining us, of course, we have one of our glorious world level designers, Ben, who's going to be tanking for us today. Ben, how you doing, buddy?
That's me. Doing well. Yeah, I'm excited to see what y'all think of the Citadel of Steelbloom. Be seeing a piece of it here, hopefully a little bit more later.
I love it. And playing through this.
The level designer on this and did all of the design and layout of it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, playing through this this space is fun, and I think players are gonna really enjoy.
That lighting is
some of the
crazy.
complexities of the interior spaces here.
They did say they were going to work on the lighting the last 2 months.
Tony,
Seems to be good.
Designer
Seems
here,
to be really good.
for the event that we're going to be going through. Tony, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to get into this place. It's one of my favorite locations.
Yes, it is. Jason, one of our NPC designers, how you doing?
Hey, Daedalus, welcome back.
Now these are some crazy NPCs in here. They're kind of beefy boys.
Oh yeah, they hit really hard, and it's gonna be hard to keep you alive.
We have, of course, our master of
Damn,
Bard.
was that a
Bucky,
slight
on
at
the
Steven?
bar. How you doing, Bucky?
Good.
I'm just here lurking. Nice.
Showcase the bard's power in a full group environment.
Yes. And of course, a gaggle of designers would be very, very dangerous if not for our glorious senior producer, Gunther. Gunther, how you doing, buddy?
Hey,
Gunther.
doing good. I'm excited to be here. Excited to be a liability.
Gunther, I love your character name, Living Skill Issue.
it's what I am, buddy.
Well, okay, so
Mage Gap.
Jeremy, you were touching
Mage
a little bit
diff.
on this space, but before we even get into the Citadel of Steelbloom, I notice out here there is this this space that is just ridden with like nastiness. Talk to us a little bit about this area out here.
Okay.
This area is called the Harrower's March. So this was an area, the Harrower was one of the ancients' lead slaughterers. He led a group of marauders through this area during the Exodus and the Apocalypse. So after the events at Carfin, he was directed to this area. And this is where they slaughtered a bunch of the Steelbloom as the Steelbloom was trying to protect their citadel and what was locked within. So this is the remnants of that from 1,000 years ago. It still hasn't really
Interesting.
has a pall to it.
Yeah, it's got some nastiness too. I noticed there's like some bones and stuff. I don't think Environment's quite done
Oh, there are
with this
bones.
space just
Holy
yet.
shit.
I
didn't even
saw some
notice.
concepts and they look a bit gruesome. We talked a little bit in the AMA, or not the AMA. I think it was last month's stream. Some people were asking if there was an update on the on the rating that's intended for Ashes of Creation, and it will be mature. And part of that you're starting to see get riddled throughout here, not just in the narrative. design
Right,
and
because
dialogue,
Ashes
but
of
also
Creation is now rated M for mature,
having
so that's pretty sick.
More morbid,
We like that. We like that.
grotesque-looking spaces.
And this area was Ben's idea, so if Ben wants to add a little to it.
I think the lore is going to be crazy.
We knew we were going to head for a little bit more of a mature rating, and this is one of the opportunities we've got to bring that full force to bear. So might not be for the faint of
Probably.
heart. Looking forward to
Probably,
seeing what our
Sky.
environment artists can do with it.
I love it.
If you can ERP in WoW, you can ERP in
This space
Ashes.
here right
I will
now,
say
see
that.
on the map there is a event going on here now. Obviously, we've shown in the past, when events can occur, they swap out populations, right? This is all part of our
Bro, what the
dynamic
fuck?
world.
What's
These
that?
Events are responding to something that the players
There's like some
are doing.
fiery minions in there.
Talk to me a little bit about the event we're going to experience here, Jeremy.
This event, we're kind of taking place quite a few quests into a story arc that is dealing with the people who are residing in the Steelbloom right now, the Citadel of Steelbloom right now, which is the Forsaken Blades, which is a military unit off of the Kalar who defected, mutinied, left, and went on their own, and they took over this location. And they've been dealing with cultists to kind of increase their power. If Tony wants to
Interactive emotes? Like what? Like hugging? Like Helldivers?
right now, or going in.
Sure. Well,
Oh, you mean
what we're
ERP.
dealing with here is it's always a dangerous place with the Forsaken Blades.
I just hope I can teabag somebody.
Facing their out of this impregnable grand fortress, but
If I could
the
teabag,
story arc
perfect.
we're in is reaching its tail end. It's
I want to
created
slash
a
Hawk
new
Tua.
climate that is going to allow this ragtag band of adventurers such as ourselves an opportunity to complete our quest for some rumored relic called the Orb of Ultimate Essence.
Ooh,
For 5M? What's that?
that's exciting.
We're into a part where the cultists and the Forsaken Blades have made a deal that now the Forsaken Blades have gotten this fire empowerment, so they are now stronger, and they're answering to the cultists now. So they kind of gave up some of their freedom and autonomy.
Oh,
with the cultists for
shit.
So now, during the story of the quest, we've gotten word that they're trying to attempt to break into the vault now using some kind of relic, and we're in our quest to prevent that from happening because we know if they get in, that could be really bad.
Oh, this is sick.
NPCs up
I love this lore.
Kind of flame-ridden a bit. Is that reminiscent of the relic that they?
Oh, GTA RP. Jesus Christ, yeah.
That's part of the empowerment they got from the relic that they've been manipulating.
Nice, love it, love it. All right, cool. Well, maybe we
That's
should,
so fucking
see what
funny.
we can see what we can get up to in here. You wanna? Who's Usul? You're a tank, right?
It's me.
All right, you
Bucky be
look
sliding.
stout and steadfast.
Oh,
Digging it.
is he gonna flip? Flip,
All
flip,
right, well,
flip.
I think
Piss off
he's
Thogly.
Marking for us, and now, guys, these are elite mobs, right? These are 2 stars and a mixture of some 3 stars as well.
Okay, so
we talked a little bit about
this is interesting.
the system in the past.
I love this lore and how like mobs like evolve.
That's to be expected, but hopefully that's not going to be the case.
Because we've seen these highwaymen
What do you think?
previously in the Highwayman
How are you going to
Hills.
start with this? How are
Now they're on fire because they were worshipping
This class is
cultists and
body
shit.
cult style, so I think we've got somebody marking high threat enemies here.
I love that the dwarf shield is as big as the dwarf.
We're gonna try and get him first. I'm gonna move up.
It's so
here on the
sick.
side.
All right, let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. He just drops down this banner. Looks like a shield. Pulls him
I'm
in.
playing healer, by the way, so if you die, it's not my fault.
Got to
Oh my god.
pulled the whole encounter.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. I'll go try and stun this guy.
Let's go, Bucky.
All right, Jinder,
Made him go sleepy.
Getting punked a little bit here.
It's the life of the fighter. Take some, deal some.
Looking at
Dude, health bars are
bad.
very fluctuating.
Fire.
Oh yeah, these guys. So what is that
I'm on it.
ability? They have some ability that kind of drops a fire zone.
Okay, we got some whirlwind stagger. Okay, we got a knockback from the bard.
Jason,
Yeah,
He actually went back like 10 feet. Last time we saw it, it was like only like 1
I see the
foot. So
fire
that's
on the ground. It's
huge.
very subtle.
Watch out for the fire.
Okay.
We got a ranger in the back. Ranger in the back.
Oh
Kind
my
of
god, I'm
snuck
failing
over.
on my duties already.
Yeah, she came to the back.
Help me.
Hurts.
Help.
Trying. Trying.
Alright, so this is an easy pull. Easy pull.
We're doing pretty good here. This isn't bad. Not too bad.
Too bad.
I love the interior of this.
Oh yeah, Brandon and the whole.
So we've got quite a bit of like mobs guarding. I don't think you'll be able to take on these elite mobs solo, so definitely makes the encounter very obvious for group play, so that's good. Said he's gonna pull a couple. Do you have like a ranged attack? He could use like his consecrating wave, but
These
he just
raiders
didn't
have got
want
a couple
to.
moves that hit hard, so and take them.
They didn't aggro immediately. I wonder if that's on purpose. If they're bugged a little
Got
bit.
a lot of health too.
They have a
Their
pretty
armor's
strong
dope as hell though. I love their armor.
Yeah.
If you pull too many.
Steven's level 20. We gotta keep that in mind. Steven's level 20.
We would
They're all
never.
level 20 actually.
When have we ever pulled too many?
You could solo them? Yeah, you're a
So
Chad.
Jeremy, as the different events,
I love how Steven's not even
spawn for
helping.
this
It's
space,
funny.
there's a
He's
lot
like, fuck
of
it.
composition
You guys got that.
possible based off of what narrative is happening within the different POIs.
So there's a lot of dynamic systems we're using here. So with the 2 stars and the story arc is we have normal pop in here, which would be the Forsaken Blades, which are 1 star. But because of the story arc, we've been able to transform those mobs now into the 2-star flame versions. So we are
Oh, okay.
using
So the story arc is in
but
progress.
This is a different setup for this.
That is true. He's not facepulling everything.
Because of the story arc that's
Damn, that's bright.
occurring right now.
Makes me feel like I'm outside.
This looks
I hate the sun, dude.
amazing. Wow, and so this is like a giant rose.
This is on Twitch, by the way. This resolution is really good.
And the stained glass.
Inspired by
windows.
I am not on the 4K YouTube video.
I think I'm contractually obligated to do so.
Gross, big and yellow. For real.
It looks
Yeah,
so
That looks
good.
great.
Dude, these elementals are sick.
Inspirations for this.
Nice.
a lot of biomimicry in our own world, but for this, like maybe some more symmetry than we're used to seeing in a lot.
Better
of
be optimized.
games, 'cause
It's not going to be optimized, guy. It's a fucking alpha. It's going to be unoptimized as shit.
Yeah, the Citadel is more intact than a lot of ruins. Why is that? Built to last? You know, the steel.
They are definitely on a different development build than
Queen's special unit, so that she,
like
knowing that
probably what we'll be on for
she had
phase
a
1.
unit, they were always her bodyguards, but also they were on the special.
Any alpha build that they give out to like testers is going to be way behind whatever the development build is on.
So aware of. So.
Oh.
So
Oh, he got grabbed by the tank.
this
Okay.
event
It just
right
looked
now,
really funky.
What is it about? What is it that we're trying to kind of accomplish here in this first stage? And obviously, these events occur in stages, as we talked about in the past. But for this particular stage, it looks like it says we're trying to fight our way into the Rosefall Plaza.
So the Rose.
They're not moving very fast.
For us. In the mission, we've learned leading up to this.
Is this a 3-star?
That this ritual is going to occur, but the
It
only way to
is.
stop it is to summon the Lady of the Rose, who was the
Dude, look at them
commander-
cheeks.
the last commander of the
It's like a gorilla.
Order the Steel Bloom. So we have done things to make it possible that we can summon her spirit to then prevent this ritual from occurring. So we've got to get to her spot where she died in the Exodus and then revive her or recall her spirit to help us.
Steven?
Okay.
I see why there's 2 clerics in the party and not just one.
Some weird ethereal goo. around here.
So the Lady of the Rose is the official title of the leader of the Steel Bloom.
That's cool. How was the Order of the Rose established? What was the?
This is sick though.
The First Lady of the Rose,
Inside here is awesome.
a warrior, a strong warrior, and the Queen picked her to form an order for her to act as her bodyguards, but also to do these special missions that she believed of the omens that were coming when other people might have like put them off or didn't believe them or doubted them. So the order
Right.
had been around for 20, 30 years before the Exodus.
Uh-oh.
my god!
So-
Oh
The
my
event's
god.
starting.
Oh my
Oh.
god! I think
Hold on.
I activated the event.
He clicked the button.
So we're,
He clicked the button.
My bad. My bad.
we started the
thrall.
Steven doing Steven
The
things.
thralls are responding to this, trying to summon her.
The spicy pull. Here we go.
I did not know that was going to to pull a bunch of bombs. My bad. Hey, we're.
I love how they're explaining the lore. I wonder how we actually find out about that lore in game.
Give this one to the god tier healing.
Very nice. Look at this.
We gotta keep these guys
See a lot of temp shields.
from
I think that's the percussion dance. Percussion dance from the bard.
prevent their attack.
Oh, so they're trying to
Watch.
summon.
I don't remember many of the cleric abilities to be
They're trying to
honest.
prevent her.
I know like chain heal, consecrating wave.
Summoning
Judgment.
her has kind of riled them up, and they're being attracted to the summon that prevent it.
Ranger and Arsonist in the back.
There's mend. Yeah, they have a lot of ways to heal.
Hey, we're doing pretty good here.
Not doing
Running.
that bad.
All right. Yeah, I feel. There you go. Put down that.
As we defeat them, it's
Get that ranger off
killing the
you.
objective at the top.
As like the judgment helps stagger, helps CC people and things. Where are these guys coming from? These just coming from the sides?
Oh, we've got some more. Where are these guys coming from?
That's what I'm saying.
They're gonna keep coming until she comes, or they should shut it down.
Steven says what I said.
Wave event.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Usul, you're taking.
Oh,
some
Arthas on
damage,
the right.
buddy.
Yeah, the arsonists do a lot of AoE flame
Dude,
damage.
the bard knockback was buffed. Let's go.
Okay.
It looks good too.
Mana seems to be going okay. Jindrax taking.
Cataclysm looks sick.
They get out of the fire.
Foliage looks great. Environment, sick. These mobs feel like HP grinds. I'm not sure if I like that. It doesn't really feel like
With the.
they're very dangerous.
Yeah, the shielding dance.
Yeah, the shielding dance is awesome.
I don't know if it's because they're tuned for live stream
All right.
or if, but I don't know. It just seems really easy.
It's the lady herself.
Okay, she's leading
I'm on fire though.
the group.
Fear not. She's here to save us.
Oh, where's she going?
I feel like they tuned down the difficulty for the showcase just so they can show off shit.
Okay.
I don't think this will be the in-game difficulty.
Yep, we got the cultists up here trying to
Stop
do
the
something with
essence
them.
ritual.
Sighted Seeker. Oh, those guys are easy.
Channel to shut it down.
Oh, she's channeling.
Bro, duh. Bro, shut the fuck up.
He's gonna attempt to spell
I'll
break.
kiss you.
the
I'll
ritual.
kiss you right now.
Okay. Oh,
Oh, we've got an
whoa,
ancient.
What is this
No.
guy? He
He's
who
gonna
beguiles.
Ooh, he
Try to
beguiled us. That's a harbinger.
Oh, he's
Oh, we got
channeling
ads coming.
against
Wait.
her.
Why are we not
Protect her. They're coming to. We've got to protect her while she's.
Arson's
attack the main dude?
Right on her.
Yeah, keep her healthy.
Oh, we can heal her.
Arson.
Oh, that's sick. You can actually heal the escort mission person. Let's go.
Don't let her burn.
Okay.
I think you can do that in WoW too. I'm not sure. Corrupted blood. Don't mind him. He's just looting in the middle of combat.
Sorry,
He's getting
got
some
mine
glint.
right now. Party seems to be going okay.
He's like, I'll save my heals for when you need it. Until then, money. Money. He's a pro, true.
Let's see here. Oh, for nearly.
He's probably got Master Looter on too.
For about a
Got
minute.
new spawns coming in from the sides.
Can they not attack the main dude?
Arson is coming from the left.
Get him away from her.
There we go. Oh,
Get over here.
Another one in front. Oh, and another one. Three
And
Arson.
another one gone, and another one gone, and another one bites the
Fire
dust
damage.
up.
Watch your feet. Don't stand in the fire.
The visuals, although bright, are not overpowering anymore like they used to be.
Fire kind of over it.
They look pretty good. They don't look overwhelming.
Clerics manas are looking pretty good.
This Blitzcrank doesn't miss? Yeah, I bet. It's tab target.
That hit hard.
Yeah, those elementals can get spicy.
Imagine missing a fucking Maokai W.
Now I'm standing in the fire.
Ooh, that thing dashed.
Don't worry about it.
Good fire. Okay. That's the Bard tragedy.
Bard fire confuses
Ice
me.
fire.
Trolley bard.
There's Garen.
Doing pretty good.
Demacia.
She's got a little damage on her.
Oh, elemental
Heal
from the
her,
right.
elemental.
Heal her up.
Give her some hots.
Good job. Good job, tank.
I believe those flame patches on
Seems
the
like a really chill,
Really
really chill dungeon.
Thunder.
Nothing crazy.
Another flame elemental from the left.
Ooh, that's a lot of flames.
That is a lot of.
I love that circle.
There's not a whole lot of like.
It's a flame.
Usul, you got almost 6,000 hit points. Holy smokes.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy
Beat
for
up.
tanks.
You are beefy.
He's full defense mode.
Last
He just keeps going down and up again.
last test we saw the mage have like 1,000, ranger have like 900. Oh wow, ranger's about to go
I'm
down.
an elemental.
Okay, good.
I got you.
Oh,
I
crap.
got you.
Thank you.
What happened?
No, we're good.
Oh,
We got some
I
more.
got you too. I got you. You're good.
See, the raid mechanics don't seem to be like pulling the party apart or anything like that. They just like mob grind them out, like AoE grind them out.
The ancient and the lady are.
It's almost
Usul,
over.
Usul,
It seems like a overall grind, which doesn't really feel fun, in my opinion.
I'm diving.
The lady is getting damaged.
Ooh, there's a lot of fire on the ground. You need to kind of stay out of these fires.
Burning.
Lady's burning. She's getting shielded.
Okay, all right.
I don't know, man.
It's happening.
Blitzcrank hook.
Keep her healed.
She's
I feel like there could be more to this for sure, or like make the party split up a bit.
Oh no, Usul. Oh my god,
A lot of heat.
DGWP!
No.
No, I can heal myself.
WoW dungeons have 2 DPS, 1
Nice.
tank, 1 healer to make it harder than having 7. Yeah.
I will heal myself. I don't need you.
Ashes is
I'm just
aiming
really
for an
worried
A group
about
party.
the crits.
I know, those crits are brutal.
Like the standard group for like group dungeons and stuff like that
She
should be
needs to
8
hurry
people.
up.
It's close.
Got it. We're there.
She's taking her sweet ass time.
Hey.
Oh,
Yes.
we did it! Event succeeded.
Okay, Steven, let's get this egg. Let's get out of here.
Oh, there's an
Turn this
egg.
Those 8 friends?
Yep, grab that. Let's
Is
get
that the
orb.
relic?
We do. We literally
What are
do.
you using?
The orb of
Check
ultimate
the-
essence.
Stop the essence ritual.
Oh,
Oh,
I retrieved it. I did retrieve the orb.
Also, guilds are a massive part.
Ooh, the orb of ultimate essence.
So yeah,
Oh, it's
join a
right.
guild if you're going into Ashes. You'll find friends that way.
Firebrand's coming.
Wait, Firebrand? Oh, that's the dragon.
That's
The dragon.
we've got his egg. We gotta go.
Oh.
Or did we just give it to him nicely? Like, is he an
You can
intelligent?
So we took the fire dragon's egg. Now we gotta run.
there he is.
Where? I don't see him. Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh.
That's what I-
Okay,
I'll try my
okay.
hardest,
Okay,
but
wait.
I don't think
Scary
I can do that by
dragon.
myself.
We definitely need some friends if we're gonna actually defeat this guy. This is a full-fledged raid boss.
Well, Steven, I'd say this
Oh,
is
What happens if you just run to your left?
Shred! Do I need to look to the east on the 3rd day?
I think the 5th, but
Or
close
5th?
enough.
One of these days.
God, there's an army over there.
Oh, there is an army. We need to go and
Are they
select
lined
the
up?
troops. Who do we have
Oh,
over
just
here?
defeat the red dragon.
Testers? What is
Oh,
going
Bergen,
on?
Z, Fupo,
Formation.
Anduin, Lex. I know these people. DA,
We
unknown,
destroy.
Daedalus. Hey, that's you, Daedalus.
Might we get a raid invite?
Damn, we got a bunch of people I know. Allura,
Margaret in here too.
Yeah,
Margaret, are
you gotta
you?
drop-
Margaret's here.
Yes, Margaret. The world's best healer.
Sheesh.
setting expectations.
Where is Margaret? Margaret.
Can you leak now since it's on stream? Hey, it's Cat Stevens.
Margaret.
All right, well, we shall.
Oh, and
through
Vacnar.
rights to get
Let's
invited to the
go.
raid.
We know all these people.
Yeah.
They're homies.
Invited you to raid.
Yes, there she is. Welcome. Margaret has brought us friends.
Many friends.
Oh, so we're supposed to lead. I'm gonna join the raid. All right, I'm waiting for invite. Standing by.
Oh, you guys formed such an
Right.
epic formation here.
Damn.
Bum,
Yeah.
bum. We
We're
messed
ready,
it up,
we're-
kind of, didn't we?
My client's messed up. I
We're like,
can't-
hi.
All right, look at that. We've got a full-on raid here. Okay, so we have a raid of 40 people for this guy.
What were you playing? Were you playing Bard?
I see living skill issue.
I'm looking at the
I'm about to invite.
thing right now. The raid. Where the
Nice,
fuck are you?
nice.
Anduin's playing fighter.
You have one more person?
Do we have one more?
Yeah, my client.
Alluring's playing
We're
cleric.
waiting. Okay, we'll wait for you to come.
Alluring's a great cleric, by the
So,
way.
Chong, Trat, talk to us a little bit about this big boy.
Oh, you are playing
Because
Bard.
We have seen dragons in the past, but
Fupo's a
you
mage.
guys have done a little bit of work.
I thought
with
Fupo's a tank. What happened?
Intent at a high level for these types of world bosses. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So players definitely going to fight this boss as like end game boss for A2.
Nice.
The dragon is gonna drop some messages in the game, so like they're way more powerful than the tiers we are having right now. So that's pretty exciting to get on. So about the boss mechanics. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. So the gear obviously is going to be an important part of the A2 testing, and raid bosses are one of the ways that you can get those best in slot gears. Obviously, in addition to crafting, because as we all know, crafters make
So-
shit. But you can find some of the materials
Hmm.
to make that stuff from these bosses as well.
Yeah.
I'm curious. So this
about
dungeon
boss
is like an
mechanics,
8-person
I
dungeon,
won't
but
spoil-
the end of it, you need a
specific
40-person
details,
raid.
but player definitely gonna try to fight it and learn it.
Seems a little weird.
too.
Seems a little
But I would
weird.
say there are two major goals.
2 bards in a party.
The first goal is that the dragon
Yeah, there are.
would have something that
Yokai and
players are
Wololo.
expected, but something that
Wololo.
players don't expect it at all. Because like this is a dragon, so this is something.
Oh, also in
we're
Daedalus's
familiar
party.
with.
Clover and Daedalus.
So
God, they
it
got
has to be-
5
That's
mages.
something that
1, 2, 3, 4 mages.
you
Sorry.
typically see a dragon should do, like some tail swipe, some claw attack, some breath attacks, etc.
You guys don't have a fighter in your
But on
party.
the other hand,
Oh, I get it. I understand.
Mechanic wise, we can.
You have
definitely
ranged versus melee
fight with
groups.
only
That makes sense.
these
And then you have
concepts,
sustain.
But
You have a cleric and 2 bards in
always
each
be
of those
kind of,
groups. That makes
a
sense.
little bit disappointed.
I get it.
And feel too generic if all the dragons.
Those are good comps
within
for a raid.
expectations.
I like that,
So
actually.
dragon definitely have some more special mechanics that you don't typically.
Oh, I just now read your
see in other
message.
dragon
Yeah, it makes
fights,
sense.
And players need to just learn and do counterplay to them.
Love it.
Yeah.
And this guy is he is going to be level what 25? Is it for A2?
Click him. Click him.
Yeah, I think so.
Very
25.
nice.
So we have Tumok that's a level 10 boss, and Firebrand that's a level 25.
Let's get him in.
Okay,
and then I
so we've
can
got 2
really
bosses.
tank for this guy.
We're supposed to have the Underworld boss for A2 as well.
Yep.
Welcome,
I
Brian.
heretofore passed the mantle.
The mantle has thus
See Carfin in the distance? Look at that tower.
from
Look at that
one
shit.
dwarf to another. Why are both of our tanks dwarves?
Naturally.
Small man, big shield.
Tanks.
And only our tanks.
It's because they can hide their entire body behind the shield.
How do you want to engage this dude? Should we go? Should we move over to the entrance here with the raid?
Yeah.
All right,
They're
let's do this.
they're gonna break formation.
Let's Leroy this guy. Now, Brian, have you
Steven
ever
speech
practiced
win.
this, dude?
I need a Steven speech.
A little bit. We've been doing some testing on him. So yeah, we're gonna keep him in the middle of the field. Gotta keep him away from the walls and rocks and stuff. He's gonna be placing down. I don't want to spoil stuff, actually.
Oh yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. Just basically general awareness that there might be some fire in or around the dragon, and when that fire is shown, try to avoid it. Oh, did you see his little tongue? He kind of stuck it out.
And remember, don't stand in the fire.
Good kitty.
Oh,
Good kitty.
eating some
KP
grass.
minus.
Oh, he's an herbivore. Should we kill an herbivore?
Herbivore with teeth like
I
that.
don't think he's an
Or did
herbivore.
he find one of the skeletons and wanted to pick his teeth? Now, it's,
Fire, yeah,
it is-
Firebrand is a young adult red who's looking to make a name for himself among the dragons. So we got to be careful on this guy.
Wait,
Yeah,
real?
So young adult red, that's a good point because dragons in Ashes of Creation, there are different types and there are different age groups. And this is one of the
Dude, this sounds so much like D&D. It's so sick.
There are other ways that he can be spawned as well. And so it's all about the dynamic.
I love it's
of
based off D&D stuff.
How, things play out from player actions. Brian, by all means, sir, whenever you wish.
But there's 5 different melodies, and I don't think
All
the
right, here we go. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
bards affect other groups. They might. If bards affect the whole raid, then they have way too many bards. They only need 5 bards. But they have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 6 bards.
He's huge.
He is huge.
Ooh, this music though. Oh, fire blast.
Yeah.
Okay, health bars are still good though.
Healers, you can cleanse the
bombs.
burn.
Oh,
You see
what did you just do?
Spread out. Spread out.
Spread out.
Boom.
Oh shit!
That was funny.
Guy dodge rolled.
Yep. I'm back.
Damn. He's got 814,800 health. God damn. These fire blasts. Is there any way to dodge that, or do you just have to out heal it?
Oh my gosh.
Bucky's doing stuff, alright.
Oh, watch out the breath.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Oh, Dracaris, dude. Dracaris indeed. Steven's walking on fire. Oh, I guess it's fine.
That breath attack is awesome.
That's so dope. Holy shit.
Chance did such a good job.
What?
Clark? I'm bringing you up, Pocket. I got you.
That's badass. That is badass. Wait. Somebody died. He's got to revive him. Okay, cool. You can revive in the fight. That's nice, nice, nice. Another big blast. I don't notice it doing anything big to the way, like to their health bars or anything like that. It's got to be healers. Oh my god, that fire.
No wall. Let's get the walls.
Mana is low. Mana is low on people. Where's that guy's bard?
Okay,
He needs mana.
get back.
Nope.
Oh, Ring of Fire. It's the Ring of Fire. Oh my god, that's sick. Oh, those are like Lost Ark Braid Boss mechanics, except like you're in third person mode and you can't see it isometrically. Oh my.
Pocket
Burgund!
Oh god.
Burgund, no!
Yeah, so for its breath attack, it's gonna try to target a good player, so...
Okay, you can actually heal. Okay, so clerics can heal other people in other groups. That's good.
Tehlu.
Damn, we got a bunch of people down though. Look at all that XP debt. Holy shit.
I love the anims and the sound. Andrew,
Can you like dodge that wave by jumping over it?
And Meadow did
Oh,
the
Andrew was working very.
Uh oh, he jumps back. He's gonna fire breathe.
And Meadow did a great job on the anims. She is a very talented animator. It looks so good.
I think if that was me, I'm rushing towards him to get behind him
Great job.
instead of trying to run from a side. And does he always
the team.
go from right to left? It's possible you might be able to just outrun it on the left side.
To kill it too.
Yeah.
Look at that tail.
Ooh, he does a tail swipe. Oh shit. Okay. These are sick. This is fucking gameplay. Let's go.
God, I love the cleric's instant heal ability.
Look at all this shit.
Yeah, help. Just
He's got a claw swipe forward. It's definitely a cleave. So I think you're gonna want to have a lot of DPS on the back end. You're gonna have tanks on the front, blocking the
gosh.
swipe, and then you have to watch out for the tail swipe. I don't know if there's much of an animation.
I'm on my way,
Ow!
I'm on my way, Bergen. I don't know where you are.
Breath.
Oh,
Whoa. My mana stance. I gotta switch.
That is sick.
where is Bergen? Coming, Bergen.
DPS on sides? Yeah, possible. Yeah, actually, probably right.
Oh,
Oh, he's
Oh,
is Steven God mode?
lost two
He took
more.
0 damage.
Oh.
Brutal.
He might be God mode.
I think I might accidentally be.
Accidentally. There you go.
Here we go. We got it.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he was God mode. He turned it off just now. Okay, that's fucking funny.
Unknown, I got you, buddy. Got some heals on you.
All right, there you are, Daedalus. What's up? You got some heals? Where are you shooting? Was that a bow?
How we doing on
Oh,
this
back
guy?
up.
What was that red thing? Back up.
Rings?
Oh, the rings. All right, step forward. Step forward.
Didn't make it in time.
You gotta time it. I'm just nearing half.
I wonder if rogues will be. Ooh, ow, that fire. I wonder if rogues will be positional based, like you have to be behind people or not to do like extra damage and shit.
That I may not be taking damage. That's
Verbal NDA got lifted for this fight now, by the way. Hell yeah, let's go.
okay.
So you can talk about it.
Not cheating.
No, no,
In
no.
the spirit of the show.
That's right.
Alright, bro.
Oh,
Dude, do you wanna hop on after this and talk about it,
It's random, right?
It's gonna be
You'll
loud.
never know.
or do you want to wait until Ashes of the Grey?
it will try to breath through most the most players.
Nice.
Smart.
He's down to half.
Clever dragon.
Remember, this was something that we talked about.
I mean, we could talk about it on Sunday
AI being
because
able
both
to
you and Anduin were participating, right?
To large quantities of players, if you try to mass this guy down.
Let's talk about it on Sunday.
Selecting AOE's in the direction of those hordes. I also love the fire embers that he kind of leaves on the ground when he does that jump.
Hell yeah, dude, that fire is so sick.
Get him to the middle.
Yeah.
How much HP is it at?
Clover, I'm on my way, buddy.
Why is nobody targeting this dragon? I gotta know. Is he enraged?
Coming up.
So you better get this party started. Oh. Those little waves feel heavily nerfed. Because it doesn't look like anybody's taking damage from that.
Clerics.
Like, I feel like those would either push people back and do like a bunch of damage,
I got you, buddy.
but it doesn't seem like they're doing any damage. Oh, what the fuck?
Just slide in, giving.
What was that?
shields.
Oh, we're getting cooked. Oh, I slid my last slide.
He Kamehameha in the air, and then they just all exploded
And
with those like little rings on the ground.
that one.
That's crazy.
Coming up.
Ring.
That's a dragon-sized trap.
Oh, he's at 290k HP. Holy shit. This is a tough dragon. How much XP dead are these guys at?
I got you on heels. Luperza, I'm gonna res you.
Yep, let's just run right through the fire.
You got 3 of us
Yeah,
with this one.
we need to do the minute thing again.
It's alright. Let him
I didn't go down.
get some
I
stacks on.
threw myself
Oh,
off.
he's bringing down. He's bringing down.
Ooh, flame minions. Oh shit. There's a lot of them. There's so many.
All right, we got.
And they're all 1-star.
Kill the ads.
Breath.
Breath. Oh shit.
A bunch of people.
Imagine if that fire healed the flame minion.
Watch.
That'd be
watch the
crazy.
dragon even as you're killing ads.
Yeah. It's
Eyes
gonna
up,
do
eyes
breath.
become-
Trying to get some reds out.
Here he goes. Here he goes.
It's like a recoup time for everybody, but at the same time they're these ads aren't doing anything.
Luperza,
so
you're
many.
next.
Are they chilling?
Oh, you're up, Luperza. Here you go, Pocket.
Oh. What is going on?
No elf, you're coming up.
Oh, wait. They're going into the ground? I think.
Oh no.
He's absorbing.
Oh, he's getting all the fire. What's happening? Is he getting healed from that? Is he getting more powerful? I don't think he's getting healed.
11 stacks.
Oh no.
11 stacks. What does that mean?
11.
Enraged.
Boosting damage output. He's enraged.
Oh, it does damage. Ow.
Rage mechanic.
Okay, I like that. I thought he was gonna get healed from that shit, but he actually just does more damage output based on the amount of flame minions. Okay. Okay, he Kamehameha'd.
No, don't let him jump on you. Don't let him jump on you.
Can you put out the fires with the ice? Oh, good job, Bucky. Way to get in close. That's what I like to fucking see.
I'm just trying to grit. I'm getting great cinematic angles of this guy.
Nice. Get the shot.
If you die, you died for the shot.
Oh.
You'll get it for you of you in 4K.
I feel like you gotta jump over that. Why is nobody jumping? Does it do anything?
Dank leaps. I'm getting you up, buddy.
You need to learn Bucky's ways. Oh, animation. Oh. He's gonna blow fire horizontal. Oh no, he jumped up in the air. Oh my.
Gosh. Oh my god. Lex, I got you.
Wait, that's so smart as a raid mechanic, because you would think to go closer to him because the horizontal has the same animation, but he ends up just ground slamming and killing everybody that goes close. Oh shit, that's crazy.
Oh my.
That's a good mechanic. That's a good mechanic. Ow.
Oh my gosh. He's gonna
Living
jump.
bronze.
He's gonna jump.
Watch out.
There he goes.
Elden Ring Dragon? For real.
This guy looks so good.
The pounce is amazing.
I don't like how the fights are so long. I feel like people just need to have their resources. I don't know. I wasn't much of a PvE guy. How do you guys feel about like long PvE raid bosses? Is it good or bad? I just don't like the HP grind.
Man.
I think it sucks.
He's so close. He's at 100,000.
DPS are slacking. Maybe they're not geared.
Focus him down.
Good
Try-
one.
Oh god.
Maybe their gear is ass.
Cool, I saw that.
I just ate it.
Here you go, buddy.
My God.
Oh, he's once more.
Oh,
We gotta focus him. We gotta focus.
Chorus.
Max DPS.
He's got those stacks.
I love that shit. That shit looks so dope.
That's a lot more.
Sky makes
You were in blues? I don't know what blues means. Like rare? Is that good? Is that good? It's not really a balance test. True.
Get out of there.
Oh, get close, get close. Good, dude. Bucky knows these mechanics. Let's go, Bucky. Learn from Bucky.
Lost a couple more.
This guy knows what he's doing. This guy raids.
Skeleton crew. We can do it.
He's at 60,000. Come on. Dread, I'm getting you up, buddy.
Thank you.
Oh my god, we just lost 5 more people.
We just lost 5 more people. Bring one up, lose 5 more.
Close.
It's those enraged stacks. Oh, Kamehameha.
Oh no, living bomb.
Who got hit?
Here's some love unknown.
Okay, it's called the Kamehameha is living bomb apparently. Okay, let's go.
Ooh, whoa.
Oh, get inside, Steven. Oh, never mind. It's over.
30.
Did they cancel that out?
30K.
Okay, Fire Blast. Ow.
He's so close. He's so
He's
close.
raging. Get him.
Well,
Let me
you
see.
gotta think about it, like, is blues good for level 20?
Yes! Oh!
Wait, nobody got experience though.
I think I shot him last.
We did it!
Right, Tony gets the loot.
We did it!
I was trying to see how much XP he would give, but nobody gained XP.
Cleric life, you know.
Oh, what do we got here? Okay.
Yeah, I imagine there's no balance.
Dragon scale shield.
Need.
Ember
But just by the look, oh my god, look at this gear!
Need.
Holy shit, this gear is insane! Those are orange,
Very nice.
yellow, whatever the fuck. Legendary, right? Heroic. Heroic.
Everything. Very cool. Well done, everybody. We did it. We defeated him.
Kill screenshot.
Okay, so
Yeah, we should definitely get a screenshot.
blues are probably pretty good for like overall world gearing, and then like heroic is like
First.
major bosses.
You were there.
How long does heroic gear last though? Like, what is the next gear step? Like, those are things that I want to know.
Wait,
Also, you would have to get this egg, which is like an 8-person group,
I can't
but
find
then it
cat.
turns out
Where's
to
cat?
be needing a raid afterwards. Then you have scarce loot after. I think there might be some design issues with like how you summon a raid boss and how you
I gotcha.
actually get the raid and like how many people you need for the raid. I think there are some things that are very questionable, but
really great job with that. Dragon.
fight looks sick.
And Jeremy and
Getting certain items to spawn raid bosses are awesome.
Life, the Citadel of Steelbloom. It looks beautiful, and this was a really fun raid fight.
The mechanics were
You guys saw,
sick.
we have our live testers helping us out. I want to give a big shout out to the PI team and all of our pre-Alpha 2 testers, the Alpha 1 testers.
How much do you want to bet all this is on the
sent out about
gonna be on the wiki?
6,000 invites so far to our
all the
Alpha
mechanics?
users.
6,000
We're gonna be
invites
more
out of
in the
16,000.
couple of weeks. So if you guys were part of Alpha 1, make sure you're keeping an eye out for that. Big props to our network teams, to our DevOps teams, to our ICS teams as this testing continues towards Alpha 2. We have announced that Alpha
Is that
2
an
is
arcane eye?
starting in
Ooh.
October. For those of you who have Alpha 2 access, keep up to date with our announcements. And everybody who's part of this today, thank you very much for showing up. And those of you out there in the community, we do this so that we can get your feedback. We can get your thoughts on what you saw today, both from the raid mechanics perspective.
Look at that emote.
Out of a world boss.
He's a Renkai.
To see different.
That's not supposed to be in the game until phase 3.
Within the world boss, the setting.
May
and
1st.
also points of interest like the Citadel of Steelbloom, the lore, the story, the events that live behind that. Your guys' feedback definitely means the world to us. This is why we do these demonstrations.
Oh, rival groups fighting for the boss. Oh shit.
Direction that is
That's a good point. That's a good point.
our community for the next great MMO that's going to be Ashes of Creation. Thank you all for joining us.
Put out the
today,
fire.
and we will see you guys back on stream.
That was dope. That was fucking sick. I'm hyped.
Hello, we have returned. We will keep the video playing in the background as we chat, as per usual, so you can have something visual to look at. But it seems like most of you all really enjoyed that. And
I wasn't even looking at the comments. Oh shit.
We did lift the verbal NDA for those who were joining us from the Phoenix Initiative.
Right.
Let's go.
To talk about their experience from the Firebrand raid, if they would like to.
Yeah, Daedalus, Anduin, we're going to talk about that on Sunday on Ashes of the Grey on the Grey Sentinels podcast. So
Because it seems like we have
excited about that. That's going to be really fun.
But for some new ones,
5 p.m.
the first one
PST for
is,
those of
please
you that
touch
don't
on
know
that
already.
target of
On
targets
twitch.tv/Grey
health
Sentinels.
ticks down in the opposite direction of regular health bars.
No, that's probably a bug. Of course, still Alpha 2, so working towards Alpha 2, there's going to be some bugs. But yeah, UI is going to be one of the systems that is very much still a work in progress.
Yeah, and we definitely have some issues with health bars that we're trying to resolve. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that we're working towards on that front. And if you have been paying attention, you may have seen some of the class changes that we've done with some of the ways that we've been changing UI and things like that, if you're really paying close attention. The next question here is, please elaborate on battle res. Can you res in combat? Is it mana intensive? Is there a big cooldown? Because
I mean, we saw it.
Steven, you were resing people left and right, and they were like,
I was resing people left and
unlimited?
absolutely yes. So obviously, from a balance perspective, Alpha 2 is very much intended to provide us balance feedback. Right, we're not quite at that stage yet. However, the intention behind battle resing, right? What is a battle res? A battle res is essentially a long cast ability, long channeled ability that incurs a lot of risk for the healer. But also, when you return a player to the battlefield, they're coming back with very limited health and very limited mana. It's a high mana cost action for the healer as well. And then they have to follow that up by healing the target in addition. And they're not being pulled from the location they died at. They're rezzing on the spot. So positioning really matters. The timing of when they get resurrected really matters. If you're in the middle of a very intense fight, it's unlikely you're going to have the ability to kind of spend that time to res that player.
Makes sense.
We do want that to be an option because it adds an element of strategy to the gameplay.
All right. And then to move on to some questions that we have answered before a little bit here. But will World Boss health scale for the amount of players that are fighting it?
The health will not scale. However, something that we did touch on during the showcase here with this particular raid boss and with other AI systems that we have is that, and we've talked about in the past, as you add more players to an open world encounter,
more mechanics happen.
Certain behaviors and or actions that might now be higher in frequency as a result of those additional players coming in. And some of those systems might be different AoE abilities or behaviors that the AI has available to it. Now, not all of those systems are online and fully functional as we intend them to be, but they are to some degree. And with the Dragon Breath that you saw here, it tries to target the largest concentration or density of players within the direction that Chong authored. So that is something that we are building into the encounter design.
Nice. I like that.
The next one is,
more players can't zerg down because AoE will fuck you up.
How will we address people that bring way more players than the boss is intended for?
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
you get shit loot for most of those players.
Last question kind of answers that, right? This is going to be adaptive AI behaviors that are going to have a higher level of frequency. That's going to make it very difficult to kind of zerg down certain content. That is the intent behind that system, is to kind of be an anti-zerg mechanism. In certain encounters where we want to keep the numbers at a very specific value, we will utilize instancing. We've talked in the past about 80% of the world content being open world and about 20% of it being instancing. That value still seems like it's going to be true. However, instanced content is something that we're not going to get into probably until phase 3 of Alpha 2.
Okay. So no instance content for a long time?
Boss dropping full items placeholder, they would expect recipes and mats and things like that instead of just like, here's an item that you get.
For sure. Yeah, the reward tables are very much in a functional state right now, so I wouldn't look at these reward tables and say, oh, this is long-term intended. This is for A2 purposes. However,
that's a good clarification.
It's going to be a combination of both. You're going to have full loot drops that are going to occur with world bosses. That is an expectation that should be kept. But in addition, you will have recipes, you will have material components, unique materials.
Like in Alpha 1, we had like scales, like dragon scales and stuff.
And you'll also have the ability to deconstruct those items to recoup some of those more unique materials to potentially create more also.
Right.
Okay, so you could deconstruct items to get
those questions in the
better stuff.
I know that we have an office
or craft better gear.
That people are joining in on
I like that.
Hanging out, as well as all of the chats on Discord and Twitch and YouTube. So thank you all for joining us and watching in all the places. We do have a feedback thread up if you are interested in giving us feedback on the Citadel of the Steel.
I will have to give feedback on
that you just saw. We would love to hear that.
how the dungeon is an 8-person dungeon.
What kind of feedback he's
To get the one item for a raid that happens immediately after the dungeon doesn't feel very intuitive. You'll have like 40-man raids running the dungeon
watching the
just to get the item and then come out and do the raid. I don't think that's
is
intuitive.
very actionable. Feel free to jump on the forums and on Discord or on the YouTube video as it's up and leave kind of your thoughts around the encounter design for the dragon, the event design, and just combat in general.
All right. Next up.
Also, it seems like a very large dungeon that they just beelined right through. So that also doesn't feel very intuitive at all.
That's going to be the big thing that people are curious about if you want to touch base on that.
Yeah, we are definitely in the thick of it.
It's not like they were like attempting to get other shit elsewhere in the dungeon, you know?
Very, very hard. We had a lot of
multiple attunement items for like the group to split up. Yeah, that seems good.
And you know
I agree with you. Yeah, if you have like 5 groups of 8 going to different parts of the dungeon and that's what it's intended for, that's good. I like that.
And less reactive in those situations as well.
But I still think people will just zerg right through it as a 40-man and just get all the items.
Testers are giving us very good feedback and a lot of bugs that we're engaging with on Discord. I know that there is also a lot of write-ups and reports that are being done on the forums with regards to the test from this experience. So, this just goes to serve, the purpose behind why it's important, at least from our philosophy, to engage with not just our internal and external QA teams, but our actual players as part of, the ramp up towards Alpha 2.
Yeah, we're not only just doing that, we're doing focus groups.
Maybe.
That we're going to be posting more.
Maybe.
For those
to be determined.
But yeah, we're definitely doing our best to gather as much feedback, make a lot of adjustments. Even throughout those tests, we're making hot fixes here and there. So we're definitely trying to wrap that up and also get our live operations in a place that makes sense for as we expand towards Alpha 2. So it is a lot of amazing things. And also we have a lot of roles that we are trying to fill. So if you know somebody, head on over to intrepidstudios.com/careers and send them our way. We have a lot of positions that have been a little bit more harder to fill, like the anti-cheat role and some of the other ones, especially those engineer ones. They're very specific, and so sometimes it can be hard to find people who are like very specific for those roles. So we'd love some help amplifying that if you can, and we try our best to post those in all the spaces as well. There's been a lot of layoffs, and we just want to make sure that we can maybe scoop some of those folks up and give them a new home here with the Intrepid family.
It'll be fun.
I think that's
they're hiring people.
Most of the gist on that front, unless you have anything
Q&A?
you want to add.
No.
The teams are kicking butt.
Q&A.
I want to give them a lot of love, and I think they deserve the Labor Day weekend. So.
Oh yes, that's right.
Oh, it's Labor Day weekend, really? Holy shit!
All right.
Okay.
Let's just move on over to the Q&A. Again, I will play the video so you have something cool to watch whilst we are answering questions. We've gathered these from.
Am I in the way? I might be in the way.
Question is from Neuro.
My chat's in the way.
In regards to, actually, I have the wrong one linked here. I think this is
The chat up here.
not the right one.
Labor Day is Monday. Wait, what happened?
Okay.
Yeah, but
did I miss something?
Just to expand a little bit, we did have nearly 40 of our PI testers, our Phoenix Initiative testers in. Margaret and I chatted while the video was playing. We will release the verbal NDA.
That is true.
That experience.
I did say that.
Anybody out there from a Phoenix Initiative who participated in this test, you want to talk about the experience and the.
They probably didn't want to overwhelm the viewer experience either. Yeah.
I know that.
I could see that.
We saw some content creators doing interviews about that last time we released the NDA on the playtest experience. I think it's a cool, super cool thing to see, not just obviously commentary from the development team about these experiences, but also from the players themselves, right? I think it's a super cool thing.
So our first question here is from Ruby, and they want to know about Alpha 2 weapons. The staff can be seen in game, but was missing from the A2 roadmap along with some other weapons. Could you tell us which Alpha 2 phase, if any, the staff and some of the other weapons are planned for testing?
Yeah, the other weapons and the staff are going to come online at some point throughout phase 3 of Alpha 2, right? So, phase 3 has a lot of kind of legacy feature development and content development that's still kind of outstanding. That's where you're going to see a lot of the bulk of that exist. There is some work done on the staff already and many of the other weapons, at least from an animation standpoint. A lot of the stuff that we're waiting on with these weapons has to do with the weapon skill trees, right? And
Right.
making the identity, the space in which these weapons exist, unique for those weapons, so that they have not only the strategic element of customization options, but also feel the gameplay aspect, the fun of it, and that takes some time to author, right? Brian Ferguson does a phenomenal job with a lot of the weapon work, and it takes some time for us to get that development upstanding. And we're also looking forward to kind of iterating on the existing weapon work that's been done as part of phase 1 and phase 2 testing, so that we can come back and make sure that the direction for the future weapons we're authoring these weapon skill trees for align with the iteration and feedback we've collected during phase 1 and 2.
And on the animation front, we are not like other games because you can have pretty much anyone can use any weapon.
Right.
So it is a lot more animations for every single race that we have.
Right.
And so
Oh, that makes
one of the
sense.
reasons why
On the
people
visual
ask,
effects
like,
side.
why don't you have all the races? It is because
Right.
you've seen them, right? You keep seeing them in updates and stuff like that. And we do have
Correct.
them, but they're just not all there for you.
But they don't all have the
We wanna
weapons
make
and
sure
stuff like
they're
that.
in a
Okay, that makes
sphere, like,
sense.
you're not going to get into weird situations.
And remember, like,
Yeah.
when you think about the 3 phases of development, from functional to testable to playable, right? Usually you would expect that players really only get their hands on things that are playable, right? That's when they're polished, that's when they're completely bug fixed. What we've done from a development standpoint with regards to testing is we're allowing players to come in at a testable phase. However, a lot of these weapons are still very functional. That means you have the meshes done, you have the art side of it done, you have the animations completed, but they're not timed exactly right based off of the design customization layers that are required, right? All of those different spokes and levers that can connect across because of that, the kind of full suite of comprehensive customization, how these weapons connect with archetype and skills and abilities and passives
Okay.
and different armor sets, like that creates the functional stage, is very comprehensive before we can move into actually testing it. And so we got to get all that stuff down.
It's a lot of pieces, a lot of moving pieces, but of course,
Okay, that
we
makes
try to share
sense.
that with you guys. We try to let you have an understanding of why and how and where it's coming along.
And it's very different than what you would come to expect with like typical weapon development, because we have so many.
Yeah, I definitely think that
Right,
they
like,
do a
typically you
good
can keep the
showcase,
design, path relatively
but
rigid
people will
forward,
extrapolate this into like actual
for
real gameplay,
less customized
and I feel like it
new
needs to
options.
be
And that's cool, but we're
a
trying
bit
to
more
do something a
apparent.
little bit
I feel like
different
that's where the
with
lack of
weapons.
communication is
Especially
between
when,
like
the vehicle
showcase to
changes and
player
things like that,
base.
like, it gets- it gets a
Is
little
that the
bit
communication
like
lacks because they do things for show rather than showing like actual gameplay and how things really interact, and
Garen, and they want to
it
know about
leads
gathering and bosses.
players
Do
astray.
bosses like Firebrand provide exclusive mats to players with certain gathering professions, such as hunting?
There likely wouldn't be exclusive mats. And I'm not sure that there
Is he talking about like soulbound shit?
plan for world boss design to interact with the hunting profession. But I will double check on that one. I believe it's just delegated to.
Dude, I want to know more about professions. We know jack shit.
Which even is going to be divorced from the standard, NPC mob population.
It'll
I
be
think
a
for the purposes of
select group.
I think for the purposes of A2, we are going to dual purpose some NPC monster populations to serve as placeholder hunting targets, but ultimately long-term goal is that these would be unique NPCs within the world that you would track down and hunt in order to collect the materials and resources for.
Interesting.
Okay.
That's the first thing that we've heard about hunting in a long
Know
time.
about monster coins, a different type of monster thing. Can you explain what progression will look like and what the benefits or reasons are of leveling monsters?
Just get rid of monster coins. I hate that idea.
For monster coins?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so leveling your experience with the monster coin, the intent behind that design is that, the more often you play that monster, the more often you play that monster, you will gain access to additional abilities, right? And this is to kind of ease players into the gameplay of specific types of monsters. So
I don't like
the
it.
intent for the design there is, like, your first few times playing with the monster, you're going to have access to a unique subset of abilities that are
He's a clicker.
straightforward. And then as you gain that experience, that's another progression
He be clicking.
that you can pursue, and you will unlock more intricate and complicated abilities for that particular monster.
Okay. And then Worth wants to know about node relations.
I'm gonna have to get used to the fact that there's monster
Nodes can
coins.
hurt each other through PvP means. Are there ways to hurt rival nodes without a direct PvP system or component? Example might be trading off resources to debuff a node or inciting NPC riots in an enemy node. And I think we've talked about some things like this before.
We've talked about this in the past. There are absolutely
We know like land
there are
management.
less straightforward ways to affect a node than PvP. Some of those ways can be through commissions that might help to degrade the reputation between nodes that have alliances or trade partnerships with each other. Some means might be through land management system where you can sap the resources of the surrounding area for the node.
Curious about reputation.
Away from that. Might be through policy choices that certain nodes can take, which help to isolate some of the actions that your neighboring nodes can take. It can be through vassalship. I mean, there's a lot of different systems that are kind of secondary and not necessarily PvP centric that we intend to provide nodes the ability to interact with.
And then we have Vale Mistwarden, which I love the name, wants to know about guild castles. You had mentioned in the past that player-held castles could be attacked monthly. Does this mean that if a castle is not attacked monthly by players, the NPCs which originally held the castle would attempt to retake their castle from these players?
Yeah, we've talked about this a little bit in the past, how we want to handle kind of off-cycle sieges, whether or not we want NPCs to attack the castle. The jury's still out on that from a design perspective. The original intent was that if you didn't have any attackers scheduled for the castle siege, that the castle would enter into an NPC siege. But that might not be the case in the future. That's still something that we're actively discussing.
All right. And then
I think they should.
He wants to know about shipbuilding.
I think NPCs should attack it.
Into the naval stuff. Since we are getting ships in Alpha 2, can we know more about the ship crafting process? For example, will we require carpentry to make the helms and the mast, tailoring for sails, or maybe arcane engineering for cannons and other weaponry?
Yeah, there's definitely going to be interfacing with a number of different artisanship professions in order to create all of the components necessary, one, to completely craft a ship, but also to equip the ship in its equipment slots. We will have more details on that as we grow closer to the naval systems coming online and being testable for A2. Right now, there is still some design discussion around where certain components are going to live, but things like arcane engineering, things like carpentry absolutely are going to be sources of those.
Okay.
And then the next one is from
Arcane engineering on ships. Interesting.
Funny name. I like saying it. Boss encounters is the topic here. In a multi-boss encounter, how is player performance tracking impacted when that encounter becomes a PvX one?
How is player performance being tracked?
How is player performance tracking impacted when when a multi-boss encounter becomes a PvX one? So let's say
so there's going to be more AoEs with like two different raids.
Sudden, like this whole
fighting over it.
And they start
yeah.
you and trying to steal those bosses. How are we handling performance impact of that?
Well, from a performance standpoint, if we're talking about like rendering performance, client performance, there's a lot. I don't fully understand the question, but if we're talking about client performance, there's a number of different
just the dynamic gridding, right?
Engineers are standing up with
But
regards
I think they were talking about the AoE mechanics
that aren't in game quite yet. The significance management, what you're rendering, why, and where you're looking. Relevancy and distance for those renders. How we're setting up LODs, how we're adjusting and max render count on actors within certain distance that players can even tune as they wish. Incorporating also unified player appearances that players can turn on if they want to adjust performance. I mean, there's a number of different approaches that the graphical engineering team is going to utilize in order to increase the.
I'm going to change it a little bit because I think that some other folks in here are giving me a good implication of what this person might be actually mean. Because it might be a language barrier thing. They might mean performance as in who gets the kills on those creatures and gets the loot.
I see. Yeah. How we're tracking. I understand.
That might make that makes more sense. So let's also answer that side just in case it's
sure.
Okay.
How do we track a player damage contribution essentially in arriving at permission states for loot containers, or loot corpses after the death? So we have a combination of a tag system that grants some bonus percentage to the first tag. And then we cumulatively value the damage done on a raid party basis. And then whichever party exceeds the 50% as a result of that has the loot rights.
They haven't changed anything
for a period of time.
Always been that way.
And after that period of time expires, it becomes public loot.
Okay.
Right. I feel like that both of those answers gives an answer to whichever.
They haven't changed their stance on anything for the loot tables and tagging monsters and stuff like that. But players will probably experience more AoE mechanics, etc. Because there will be more players in the area fighting over the boss.
Right? Because if you're talking about looting rights, there's a number of different ways that you can do it, right? Some games have it on last hit. That favors nukers, right? That favors burst damage heroes, like who can finish the last
time it,
and we don't want to do that.
That just becomes a math problem.
On tagging, like who's the first to hit the mob, and that can favor certain classes or build types
or streamers,
like rapid ability attacks that they can just either AoE a selection of or range a selection of. Exactly. And so what we wanted to do is a combination of damage done overall, right, over 50%, but also grant a slight benefit, like a 10% boost to that cumulative value to the first tag as well.
That adds an interesting dynamic between PvP and
that is kind of
getting the tag for the boss
to spread the love around different class types and weapons.
That creates an interesting little mini game that you have to do with another group that's PvXing over the boss.
This is a very important point of feedback, right? This is why we're testing these things. So players who can play.
I think I like this approach overall.
Back and they give us their.
I think this is the best way to do it.
So definitely keep that in mind as we're testing things. We'll be changing things along the way, trying different things. We may put some different types of systems.
God, the way he comes in looks so sick.
Things, and we'll make sure our folks are aware. Our next question here, which is our penultimate question, is from Skylark the Botanist. And they want to know about animal husbandry. You mentioned previously that animal breeding will follow genetic inheritance. Can you elaborate on how many genetic traits pets, mounts, livestock, and beast of burden may have?
Ooh, that's a good question.
List everything out here, but maybe you could talk a little bit about it.
No, obviously, the traits that we intend to do for animal husbandry are going to relate to some stat on the animal stat block, right? So, and then they're also going to interface with ability selection as well. So you have the option of active abilities, passive benefits, and waterfall stats and stat trees. All of those things are going to be tied in some way, shape, or form to unique genetic traits that then we will have the system over time take into account. It's relatively complex. Dr. Bucky helped to kind of author the GDD around our animal husbandry system, of which there is still a lot pending to be developed there. But the intent is to provide a very in-depth system that values the open market economy, where you literally have horse trading. Not always horses, could be more unique mythological creatures, but the concept of this horse trading, where you are utilizing different genetic traits across these different items in order to
Or
result in
sperm.
some randomized reward table that comes as a result of those trait mixtures.
All right. And the finale question coming from Shibue.
Shibue.
That's a good last one. Testing sieges. During phase 2 testing, you are hoping to test vassaling. Would you be open to test the game implications of vassals sieging their parent node?
Ooh.
I don't think that that's something we necessarily
Because you're a vassal of
need
that
to
node,
test.
right?
Yeah, we don't need to test that at this stage. I think what in testing the vassaling system, what we are getting feedback on is what is the relationship between the parent node and the vassal node and the benefits that they provide the citizens of each, right? And how is that looked upon by the player base through this testing? Is it
like if you
looked at
would
as
you
a
rather be in the
negative
parent node or the
relationship?
vassal node?
And if so, then probably we need to talk about the intent. What is the intent? The intent is that it should be reflected upon positively. So then how do we start tuning, the knobs and levers in order to make that relationship feel better for the players?
We want your citizens to have their happiness levels at max.
Exactly. So that's where we would start, right? Is if we get negative feedback from that relationship of the parent to vassal node, then we would start by, tuning the levers and the knobs around how to increase the benefit for, that reciprocal relationship between those two, before we thought about, oh, okay, well, players don't seem to like being, vassals of a parent node. Let's just let them kill the parent node, because that has much wider architectural design, concerns, and we wouldn't go to that step unless we just, come to some determination that, like, no matter what knob and lever we turn, players just don't like being a vassal. Okay, then let's talk about how players can stop being a citizen of one node and go become the citizen of another node if it's just not their cup of tea to be a vassal citizen, regardless of the benefits that we offer. So that hopefully gives you some insight in how we kind of approach tuning and, thoughts from the player base, right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I still think a lot of people are going to want to be part of the parent node. I don't know what you can do to like really make people want to be a part of the vassal node.
Gather questions a week in advance for every.
It is going to be very, very difficult problem for them to answer.
Stream for some reason.
And I can see why they don't want vassal node relationships to be antagonistic with the parent node.
Before, there's going to be a lot more player engagement involved in it, and I think it's going to be a lot of.
I think that's a good topic to talk about for like maybe like a half hour
seeing
after this,
more additional gameplay that involves.
And then I gotta go. But that would be interesting.
I want you to know that we pull questions live during after segments.
I'm getting pinged out of my ass right now. There's so many pings happening.
We randomly choose them from the forums as well.
We'll do all that shit later.
So if you're new here, we kind of gather stuff from all of the places and do our best to pull questions from everywhere that we can.
Oh, okay.
But of course, as we're wrapping up today, reminder that we did announce Alpha 2 is coming October 25th. So if you are an Alpha 2 key holder, you are going to be joining us on October 25th. We will be providing you more information for that via email. So make sure that you don't have us in your spam inbox so that you get messages from us. We'll be providing more information on how to access the product there, and then also more information on where you can give us feedback and what's going to be happening going through that. Our next live stream will be going over a lot of content that you'll be seeing in Alpha 2, so that should be exciting, kind of a guide to what you're going to be experiencing soon. And then, of course, we do have our wave bundles up. We did have a lot of people asking how they could attain Alpha 2 who have not joined us yet, or learning about the products like later down the line. And so now there are ways for you to join us. We heard a lot of feedback. We've changed a lot of it. So please definitely read the FAQ to ensure that it answers all of your questions. And if you have any additional questions for us, head on over to our Discord. We have a questions channel. The community is great about answering stuff, and we also have.
So we have October 25th, phase 1 opening, and then I believe it was like November or no, it was December 20th for phase 2, and then May 1st for phase 3. And phase 3 is going to be really, really fun. I hope to see a lot of people in phase 3. But I will be streaming Ashes of the Grey on Sunday with Anduin and Daedalus. The NDA got lifted. The verbal NDA got lifted on that showcase, so they will be able to talk about that. I'll be able to ask them a bunch of questions. So go to like twitch.tv/Grey Sentinels on that stuff. Sunday 5 p.m. And then I will definitely be streaming A2 phase 1 October 25th. That is going to be a lot of fun for me, and I hope it's going to be a lot of fun for you guys as well. And for any like testing and stuff that you want me to do, I can. I will be live and I will be doing all that stuff. So thank you for stopping by, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming. I love y'all.